Namaste. Golden years are the finest opportunities to discover permanent happiness and love within. Golden years, why they are golden years? We are living in 24 karat gold. Why? We have all kinds of experiences, and if we analyze, if we observe, we can drop the repeated pleasures, we can drop the repeated pain and discomfort, we can purify the mind because we are not running after any kinds of pleasure in the world. So what is left? I can allow the manifestation of that real self. That is the journey of the Eastern wisdom. We have to unfold the true self before did you understand that? We have to unfold our true nature before we leave the earth planet. Let us close your eyes and understand with the practice. Mind is like a big mansion. It has many rooms. Just think 10 rooms on one side and 10 rooms on the other side. 10 rooms belongs to stress, anxiety, fear, duality, repeat, pleasures. Mind, I'm talking about the mansion, is the mind. And 10 rooms, occasional peace, happiness, love, joy, and wisdom. They are occasional. We have to make it permanent. So eyes are closed and find out, be aware of the place of the body, position of the body, posture of the body. Just know it, feel it, experience it. So when I say the place, position, and the posture, our mind by default goes to the body. What about the place of the real self? The real self is all pervading. It is pure consciousness. It has only one place. So if I am the real self, there is only one place. There is only one position. There is no space for the real self to move. And there is no other posture except the real self of the nature of pure consciousness. So we will move between the body and the real self. With that understanding, let us be comfortable. I have been giving you the instructions so simple. Move the mind on the neck joint, move the mind, internal journey. You know, you feel, you experience the neck joint. We have changed the direction of the mind from outside to inside. That is why we are able to feel and experience the neck joint. Stay there and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now, move the mind internally on the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. Before the golden years, we have been running after the things, people, objects, kids, and all kinds of pleasure. Now we have changed the direction of the mind. You are looking in through your mind the entire body from the top of the head to the toes, and you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You are not doing anything. So you see, so now in that sensation and steadiness is of the body, but the comfort is coming from within. You are not doing anything at all. Just maintain that awareness. In these golden years, we have to discover this point of awareness. When the mind moves within, we are aware internally without any object, name in the form, and we experience the comfort. Got it? If you don't get it, you have to practice it again and again and again. Now being carefree. Being carefree. Today you have to remember aham and idam. Aham means I am, and idam means this. This means the world. World means the world of people, objects, incidents, situation, relationship, etc. Now you see, when you say I am stressed, stress belongs to the world, situational, and I am happy. I am is common, ahem, and happy coming from outside, then I am happy. Happiness coming from inside, I am happiness. Did you understand? So in this step of being carefree, you are watching this coming and going. You are watching this coming and going, but I am remains the same. That is one way to understand it clearly during the practice, a small practice of meditation. Did you get it? Let me make it little more clear. So I told you this mention of the mind has many rooms that leads to anxiety, thinking, reaction. You shift to aham, I am. The way we move from the bedroom to living room, from living to restroom, from restroom to the kitchen, from the kitchen to the backyard. How? Your mind, when the mind is confused, it asks how, but you don't ask how to move from living room to the kitchen, from the kitchen to the restroom, from the restroom to... You don't ask. So there is a confusion. What is that confusion? That is known as ignorance. That is known as delusion. So just see, you are in the moment of anxiety, shift the room by saying, thinking, I am in peace. Peace is my essential nature, and stay there. So the moment you stay there, the anxiety will drop. I am scared. Scare belongs to the world outside. This, and I am, is different from that fear. Did you understand? Any thought comes to your mind that pertains to the world outside. No thought can be without any object, without any situation, without any relationship. Find out. So the moment any thought enters into your mind, you move to I am. How? By thinking, feeling, knowing. You just move to I am peace and happiness. Is there any difficulty in saying I am peace and happiness when other thoughts pertains to the world intrude your mind? That I am always there. And this world of people, of situation, of anxiety, they change always. One never change, other always change. Do you know how simple it is? You experience the anxiety belongs to the world and you move deeper. I am peace and happiness. This I am peace and happiness is different and separate from the world outside. This step has to be practiced not only daily, but during your daily living since the time you wake up until you fall into sleep. Is it difficult? No, it is not difficult. In the moment I experience the anxiety, oh, this anxiety, that is I am. This is stress, that is I am peace and happiness. I'm saying simply shift your room. Shift your room of anxiety, duality. I'll make it understand you more clearly after the practice. Now, why I say you create a sacred space by a mantra, creating or entering sacred space by the mantra is what is known as the Mangalacharan. Before, so you go deeper. How you do it? Remember again aham and idam. I told you aham is I am peace and happiness. And this, idam means this world. So you discern, you separate. But here you separate in a different way, absorbing yourself by the mantra. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. What is the meaning? May there be happiness for all. So this means everyone, all people, be in happiness. Why and how? Happiness is our nature. And just stay there in the space. Check it, know it, experience it. That is so simple. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. May there be peace for all is the motto of people living in golden years. Living in golden years. So, peace to all, relates to the world outside and the peace within is I am the peace. So we are shifting the rooms again and again. I am just telling you so simple. Mind is a mansion. Example, for 20 rooms divided into 50-50. 10 rooms of anxiety, of stress, of fear, of duality, of conflict, of situational pressure, situational short-term pleasure. And the other division, the second division, contains permanent peace, happiness, wisdom, self-awareness. That is what I'm saying. You are shifting your room. Sarvesham, Sarvesham, Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham, Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham, Purnam Bhavatu. Meaning, may there be completeness for all, in all, wholeness, holiness. Holiness means completeness. Completeness means you are not searching peace and happiness outside. Peace and happiness outside. Why you are not searching? Why you are not searching? Because of the wholeness. It is, holiness means wholeness, completeness. Completeness means the mind now is not ready to search any pleasure outside. Am I clear? Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. It means may there be auspiciousness for all. You are awakened to that auspiciousness. Where is that auspiciousness? Peace, happiness, holiness go together. Manifest as auspiciousness. Auspiciousness. Did you get it? So in order to enter into the auspiciousness, we have to invoke and shift our rooms of the mind. That much needs to be done. And once done, you are living in golden years. You are living in golden years and proving your worth. You sent me an email, then I got, my mind is crazy now. You wrote me, can you change or shift the room of your mind at that moment? That is why I gave you this practice. And now is the time. Do nothing. Om Shanti. You look into the space and look into the space inside your head and just say Om Shanti. Om Shanti means I am the peace. I'm not in peace. Say or see mentally the space inside head or the heart. Any place will do. So when you see the space, become aware, feel, know, experience, and then say mentally, Om Shanti, means I am the peace. I am the peace. Now the last step is that you have to see one is happening. So happening means the mind shifted to the rooms towards peace and happiness. Even if any thought comes, don't worry. Just remind and shift. You will be in peace and happiness. You have to do this practice for a longer period. Now open your eyes. Just experience the immutable peace and the joy is there by shifting your attention. By shifting, mind was in this room on the left side. Now it is moving on the right side. Golden years are the finest opportunities to discover permanent peace and happiness. Why they are golden years? We have experienced everything repeatedly, and we realize that repeat pleasure is not the happiness. Trying the same thing and entering into the stress is not my way of living. Are you getting it? The human mind truly like a grand mansion, an elaborate structure containing numerous rooms that house our various emotions and mental states. Let us go deeper into the architecture of our inner mansion of mind. Some rooms are dimly lit with heavy curtains, oppressive atmosphere, your past impressions. These are the chambers of the stress, anxiety, and reactive thinking. Am I clear? Am I right? They often occupy the basement and the lower floors where we may find ourselves descending during the difficult moments. Where is this architecture on one side? Just take an example on the left side. The anxiety atrium, a space where worst case scenarios play in endless loops. They are the loops, past impression, anxiety, duality, conflict, where the walls seem to close in, where every creak in the mansion foundation sounds like an impending collapse. Impending collapse. From the past impressions that covers your awareness puts you down. When that awareness puts you down, you forget you are in peace and happiness. What I'm saying, you simply forget you are in peace and happiness. The last email that you sent me is the testimony of it. Another room, the stress study, cluttered with endless to-do list, unfinished projects, and ticking clocks that always seem to be running faster than we can keep up with. Unnecessary stress. You have to, in a way, you have to do nothing. And then there is a reaction room. Again, go back to your email, read it. I'm explaining the state. Mention room, a space with a hair trigger mechanism where thoughtful responses are bypassed in favor of immediate emotional reaction. And later we regret. Now let us understand the rooms on the right side, ascending the grand staircase. We discover the upper floors contain sun-filled rooms with expansive views and refreshing breezes. I'm talking about your mind. The peace parlor, a quiet sanctuary. You hear a lot of sanctuary cities. So there is this sanctuary cities is permanently full of peace and happiness. The happiness hall is there. It is always there. Even if you are in anxiety, you are just talking from the other room. That is the only difference. A bright, welcoming space where gratitude for life's simple pleasures creates a warm, sustaining glow. The joy garden is there on the right side. It is always there. Even if you have a reaction, even if you are scared, it is present. That scaredness or fear has covered it, blackout curtain. Or you can say you are just present in other rooms on the left side of the mind. The love library, where our connection with others are preserved and celebrated. We live into that state of love. The love coming from outside. We are not expecting love. That is the process of transformation. Understand this residence pattern, the transformative insight of this metaphor is recognizing that we have been living in this mansion our entire lives, giving more importance on the left side, yet most of us spend disproportionate time in certain rooms of anxiety, duality, conflict, while rarely visiting on the right side. Baby boomers. The baby boomers. We have spent decades in the productivity focused chambers of doing and doing and doing and doing. Doing for our kids, doing for our parents, doing for ourselves, doing for the business, doing. What do you want to do now? Nothing. Why you have a stress? Am I challenging you? Yes, I'm challenging your mind. The key realization is the third act we need to discover. We have the freedom to choose which rooms are frequent. Right side. While we cannot demolish the rooms of the stress and anxiety completely in the very beginning, but if we are committed to the journey of the self-discovery, it can go completely. Complete annihilation is the meaning of awakening, is the meaning of realization of the spiritual consciousness, is the meaning of enlightenment. I have to renovate my inner architecture. How to renovate? Installing better lighting. What is this lighting? The light is referred to as self-awareness. Anxiety is self-awareness, shifting the room, it is gone. Blackout night. I see the shadow. I'm scared, and the next moment the light is there, shadow is gone. Shadow is anxiety, shadow is fear, shadow is reaction. Are you understanding, my friend? Enough is enough. You have been living on the left side. Through practices, self awareness, you're listening and learning all these principles and applying these principles, contemplating and reflecting, including the meditation practices I have been offering you. We illuminate the pathways between the rooms of the mind, becoming more aware of our movement from peace to stress and stress to peace. You are calm now? Yes, I'm calm. And suddenly the mind shifts. On the left side, you have a stress. You have a right to move again to the peace. Creating new doorways. We are learning creating new doorways. How you create new doorways? By repeat listening, then contemplation and reflection. And once you do the reflection, check that your mind is inspired. When you are inspired, you have an intuitive feeling. When you have that intuition, you are creating the new doorways. And those new doorways you don't have any possibility. Perhaps a hidden door from the anxiety atrium drops down, leads directly to the peace parlor. I explained you. Anxiety atrium and peace parlor. So as you follow the journey of the Eastern wisdom, now the third point, I would say, redecorating the familiar spaces. Redecorating. Rooms, mind, mention. I'm just using the same metaphor. Through perspective shift, now you know that how to shift. We can transform how we experience the challenging emotion. We can transform them. Perhaps hanging windows in the walls of the stress to let in the light and the fresh air. Check that my anxiety is hanging on the wall. Let me drop it. Stress. Oh, what beautiful scene. Oh, I don't like this. This is very old. Let me throw it out. Are you getting it? Redecorating the familiar spaces. Redecorating the moments of anxiety because of some event being repeated again, throw it out. Spending time in neglected rooms. That is another, I'm just using the same manner. Many baby boomers discover that the joy garden has become overgrown through neglect. Regular visits through intentional gratitude practices or play, you can restore these spaces to their natural splendor. What it means? My son is not taking care of me. Okay, I will approach the son. At least I'm grateful to the existence that I have a son. Let the son take care of himself, be happy. Spending time in neglected rooms. Are you understanding that? You have to write back to me whether you have understood or not. The wisdom of room selection. That is the only thing that you need, and the life will change. In golden years, the deepest wisdom of our mind acts. Mind of the third act. The deepest wisdom of the third act comes in recognizing that while external circumstances may suggest which room we should occupy, are you understanding? External circumstances and situations may suggest which room we should occupy. Why it suggests? Because of my habit. I lived for so many years. I know I have to be aware of that. The final choice always remains yours. I will choose peace. I will choose happiness. I will choose love within myself. Yeah. You want an example to understand? A health challenge may seem to direct us towards the anxiety atrium, right? But we can acknowledge it while choosing to spend most of our time in the love library, surrounded by sustaining presence of meaningful relationship in the state of meditation. You're living living at home and you have a sudden episode of the anxiety, first thing to close your eyes, just being comfortable. Oh, the comfort is still present within. And oh, these thoughts belong to the left side of the mansion. I shift to the right side of the mansion. How? By peace and happiness. And see what happens. I'm not talking to philosophical, intellectual, I'm talking pragmatic approach. Well, I'm talking a pragmatic approach. Did it happen to you sometime that you are in a fit of anger and someone pats on your shoulder and you calm down? Yes, it happened many a times. Oh, it means the mind is present in the shoulder. By patting, your mind calms down. So every time you pat the shoulder. No, this is not the case. The moment someone pats the shoulder, your awareness shifts from the left to the right side. But now that job has to be done by yourself. That is the meaning of living in, or you can just physically, okay, it happens, let me be aware. Happiness, love, and the peace. Baby boomers have often spent decades defining themselves through career accomplishment, superwomen, you told me, and external markers of the success. And you have had all the success in your life. The third act presents an opportunity to embrace who you truly are. That is what we are learning. The Eastern wisdom. Embracing authenticity over achievement. The moment the mind says, no, I've achieved so much and nobody is giving me the credit. Hold on, mind, you tell the mind that belongs to the left side of the mansion and is going to create an anxiety. You tell the mind, hold on, let me check first the authenticity. Authenticity is always on the right side of the mansion, your essential nature. Cultivating deep connection over busy networking. You have to connect myself within. Yes, it is important while living in a society, we should have a networking of relationship also, but priority is given to first I should recognize I'm in peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. And now I have an appointment for networking. Yes, let me go there. And I will be grateful. I will express peace and happiness. I will pay least attention to myself. Why least attention to myself? It will trigger you the past pertaining to the achievement, and then you will continue to live on the left side. You will return home with a lot of stress. Don't do that. Practicing presence over planning. Why you plan every day? Just put it. I wake up in the morning. I will do my practice. First practice, I will listen and learn. I will just prepare a note, contemplate and reflect. Let me check if my mind is inspired, moves into the intuition. Stay there for a while. Just check it. I'm in peace and happiness. Let me express peace and happiness throughout the day. So this is the meaning of practicing presence, your real presence. Do you want to have your presence with a big face, with anxiety, with the reaction, with the duality? No, not at all. If someone knocks the door and I'm into anxiety, my anxiety is gone. I hold myself and I change my expression. Hey, how are you? So you are capable of doing with others and you are not capable of doing to yourself? Is it not funny? I'm just teasing you, my friend. You have to change yourself. And you have to change yourself. That change, the choice has to be made by you. Finding wisdom in surrender, not control. Remember, I'm using another word. When you are grateful to the entire existence, we both are alive. There's a gratefulness to the existence. We both have the kids. They are well grown and they are taking care of themselves. We are grateful to the existence. More or less, we are healthy. We are grateful. More or less, we have all the means to continue surviving. As far as the physical needs are concerned, we are grateful. This is the meaning of surrender. I surrender to the existence who has provided this much. That is the sense of gratitude, not control. Don't want to control the outer situation. My son did not do this and he did not. This is too much, and my daughter and my this plumber and that. No! I have to make a right choice. No control. We had enough of control. We controlled the kids, we controlled the relations, we controlled the profession and the business. Now, let me live my golden years. Am I? So, sometime you have to recognize you have anxiety and the fear. Is it coming because my mind is obsessed with controlling? Oh, yes, shift my attention on peace and happiness. No more control. Creating legacy through being, not just doing. Now is the time to create a legacy. My grand uncle from my mother's side, who lived in the oldest city, Varanasi, he was a great scholar, philosopher, and a spiritual teacher. So you see the grand, obviously, he died almost at the age of 90, almost 20 years ago. There was no match to him. His scholarship, his expertise, he has written almost 40 books, very famous books. And then my dad has written another book. He did his doctorate, so he has to write. But he wrote freehand. So my mother's brother, I called him one day and I said, with God's grace, I have written a couple of books. And he had the tears in his eyes. You continued that legacy, my son. Send me all those books. I will show. He is not going to read it. find out what legacy you are going to leave. As a great mom, think, tell me, write to me. After contemplation, reflection, don't tell me now, just think it. Happiness, love, and peace. Embracing authenticity over achievement. The first point I said, cultivating deep connection inside me. I am with my real self. I'm peace and happiness. Not over busy networking or practicing presence. I have already explained over planning. Finding wisdom in surrender, not control. Creating legacy through being, not just doing. Not just doing. Let us deepen our understanding how water and the dirt. I'm using another metaphor. Dirt in the water, vessels of different sizes. Pay attention. If a spoonful of dirt is put into a glass of water, if a spoonful of dirt is put in a glass of water, the entire water becomes muddy. In a bucket, it becomes less muddy. The same spoonful of dirt in a pond, you see just like a pointed, and if you put the spoonful of dirt in an ocean, you cannot even notice it. This is a gradational metaphor, illustrates how the capacity of a person's mind determines their ability to manage negativity from others. A small mind, limited mind, is easily disturbed by others. And even smaller mind, sitting in, oh, I have anxiety and fear. Small mind, smallest mind. Are you understanding? The small mind, like a small glass, is easily disturbed by others, while an expansive mind, like an ocean, can absorb it without any disturbance. You cannot stop the lips of anyone. You cannot stop the situations and events taking place outside, but I have 100% chance to save myself from any situation there is no situational suffering, there is no situational happiness or pleasure. That pleasure means what I expected is fulfilled. What I never expected happened, sorrow. So I borrowed the pleasure and the sorrow by giving a wrong interpretation in my mind on the left side. You drop your interpretation, I challenge you if you have an anxiety and fear. The metaphor teaches that the spiritual growth involves expanding one's mental capacity. We have been living on the left side of the mansion. Expand yourself and just check it. What lies on the right side of your mansion? That peace, that happiness, that love, that wisdom. Are you getting it? Expand. Same crazy mind or good mind. We say in Eastern wisdom, mind is the cause of the suffering, mind is the cause of the happiness. I think I discussed many a times. But now now understand what exactly is the mind. Mind is like a complete home entertainment system. I believe you have it. Mind is like a reliable home entertainment system. And we have upgraded over the years, but we have to see whether we upgraded with the bugs or whether we have upgraded without the bugs. So this home entertainment system, it has four functional aspects. Mind is a simple thinking. It is like an antenna and a receiver. The basic receptor that simply picks up the signals without interpretation. And the moment it picks up the signal without interpretation, then it is coming from the left side of your past memories, like a TV antenna that receives broadcast signals but doesn't yet form them into the picture. Like walking through the garden, mind simply registers the movement in a peripheral vision, temperature change, rustling sound, just raw sensory output. That is the first function of the mind. The same mind becomes the tuner and the processor, and that mind is known as the intellect, the component that transforms signals into clear programs and allows you to choose channels is our intellect. At a town council meeting, intellect processes the presenter's statements. I attended a couple of town meetings, evaluating whether their proposal makes logical sense for the community. Anxiety, does it make a logical sense to me that I continue to air this anxiety? No. Shift. Job of the intellect. But again, it is the mind, take mind acting as an intellect. The third function of this mind is I thought, ownership stamp. You have an anxiety in the mind and you put a ownership stamp. I have an anxiety. Fear in the mind, you give the ownership. Who told you? No, just ask yourself the same question. Who is telling me to give this stamp? The function that marks everything as my TV, my shoes, my opinion, my anxiety is the problem. Once you have given the label, you are sure to have those anxiety and fears. And the fourth is the memory bank, the recording system. Our VHS and DVR recording library. That library is still present here, storing everything you have experienced in your life. Eastern wisdom helps us to bring about a change in the entire system. You want a couple of examples? Let us see. Doctors suggest you to take these pills and go for another investigation. Now, how the mind takes it? Mind receives the idea. Oh, doctor is saying that it's a new investigation. What the intellect analyzes. Now the intellect living on the left side analyzes what will happen to me. Nothing is going to happen. On the right side, oh, let me have the investigation, at least the truth will come out. You maintain the patience. And then the I thought, I don't like the change in the body. What has happened? I've been taking care of it for so many years. Unnecessary, unwanted. And then the memory connects to you to the past experiences. Negative experiences, you fall down into anxiety and fear. Positive experiences on the right side, it tells you to have an endurance. Your grown up kids visiting on holidays, how the mind picks up. Mind registers. House contains more people, higher noise level, different schedules. How the intellect takes it. The family traditions are changing and the kids create their own customs. So, so your mind, your intellect says, I don't like this, I don't like this. And you are unnecessarily creating a problem to yourself. And I thought my role as a family leader is diminishing. Nobody is listening to me. No, no control. Be grateful. Be grateful that your son also have the kids. And every kid makes a noise. Let me accept it. So you have to access the memory bank the way you have treated your kids. And if it is reactive, you have to bring about a change in that. I see many couples at the stage of baby boomers. I know retirement is supposed to be relaxing. One couple, check retirement account daily. Worry about market fluctuations. I asked him that, is it really you feel very difficult to pay me? Oh, yes, because I check my account. Worry about the market fluctuations. I will never be able to enjoy retirement. I am concerned. It took me almost 6 months to get rid of these unwanted worries. I create anxiety about the very thing meant to bring the peace. I have enough to sustain, to continue living in these golden years. I'm not thinking that. I told him to repeat this. And one day after a couple of months, his mind reset completely. He said, yes, why I'm worried? It takes even a fraction of a millisecond to change. If you follow today's lesson, I promise to let my children make their own decisions. Child mentions the career change and you welcome. Immediately offer unsolicited advice, no advice to be given. I was just trying to help. No help. Grateful. Encourage. Mentor. That room on the mind, as I mentioned, rooms on the left side, the worry observatory, the comparison parlor, the regret library, the judgment court, the rumination rocking chair, the control center, the fear basement, the perfectionism office, the resistance room, the attachment vault. Left side. You have to remember and you have to explain me what it means. And on the right side, the acceptance sunroom, the compassion heart, the presence garden, the purpose study, the gratitude gallery, the humor breakfast nook, the boundaries drawing room, the forgiveness chapel, the perspective observatory, the wisdom library. What do we have to do? Just to shift in these golden years from left to right side so that the left becomes totally disabled. when the left side of the mansion is totally disabled, we realize we are of the nature of the real self, of peace, happiness, wisdom, love, and truth. My friend, did you get it? I believe so. That is all for today. Thank you very much. We'll meet again.